then it can be felt.
No, see, you believe in something that you see the effects of, but you deny God when you see the effects of.
What is the effects of God?
For example, the creation, your eye, the way you're created, your body, your kidney, your lungs, your heart.
I'm not created.
You're not created?
No.
Okay, so where did you come from?
It's a live semen from the bollocks of my dad.
Where did it come from? Where did it come from?
United with a fucking egg from my mother.
Where did the bollocks of your dad come from?
حيوان منوي
Yes.
مع بويضة.
I don't know Arabic.
And they made a janine.
Okay, can you tell me who gives the sperm the knowledge to swim to the egg? Who says, go, race? Who does that?
That's begging the question.
I'm asking.
That's begging the question, fellas.
Well, I'm begging
When
it.
you say, yeah, you're begging it, okay, you're fallible.
No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I'm fallible.
Yeah,
so
I'm not
begging.
going to answer a fallible question.
How is it a fallible question? Me asking, how does the sperm
You
have the
said
knowledge?
who. By saying who,
Okay,
then you
what?
demanded the
No
answer
problem.
will be a person.
What
Winkus.
what gives the knowledge?
What gives the knowledge?
What gives the knowledge to the sperm?
Intelligence.
Where the intelligence? Okay, if there's intelligence, then it requires intelligent designer.
No.
Okay, so if there's
Begging
intelligence,
the question again.
okay, no problem. Do you believe that there's intelligence in this or information? Do you agree there's information in this book?
I read this book.
Any book. Argument's sake, if it's a different book. Argument's sake, does this book have information?
Yeah.
Okay, does that information require intelligence?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, so are you telling me that this has information, but there's no intelligence behind it?
Information?
Information. This information requires intelligence.
Do you know what information is?
What do you mean by that? What
Do you know what information
What
is?
information is? I don't know the exact definition. What is it? Tell me.
No, but information can be also anything. It
No,
can
of
be
course.
also the
no, of course.
atom is information.
Of course.
The electron
Of
is
course.
information.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
all
if
right.
there's information, there's intelligence, like DNA.
No.
DNA. Okay. Does DNA have information?
Cut.
No, that's not cut
Do
the
you
chase.
have-
Why?
No, because I want to go to the core.
I'm going to the core.
No.
I'm at the core.
The core is you have to prove your God with objective evidence.
I am.
Do you have objective
Yes.
evidence?
Do you believe that the DNA has information?
Did you hear that, guys?
Yes.
This person has an objective evidence for his God. That means a Nobel Prize is ready.
I'm ready to receive it.
Nobel Prize and Templeton Prize. $2 million for you.
I don't need the money. As long
Give
as I
me
prove
one
it, that's fine.
objective evidence of
Okay,
your God.
I'm asking you a simple question. Do you believe that the DNA has information?
You said you had objective evidence. Answer the question. Give me one.
Do you accept that the DNA has information? I'm just asking a simple question.
Running around. Really. Running
I'm
around.
asking you a who wants to be a millionaire question.
Running
It's just-
around. That's not objective evidence.
Okay, I'm just asking.
You know what
okay,
objective evidence
okay,
means?
okay, I'm just asking
Yeah.
a simple question. Does DNA have information?
Yeah.
Okay, good. If there's information,
Genetic information,
no
inheritance
problem.
information.
No
yeah.
problem. If there's information, it requires intelligence.
Not necessarily.
Okay,
no.
can you tell me why not necessarily?
Why not necessarily? I can give you something, a phenomenon in nature.
Tell me.
Snowflakes.
Okay.
Yeah? Snowflakes. Have you seen a snowflake?
Yes, on a microscope. Yeah.
The hexagon
Yeah.
shape of
yes,
it?
Yes.
No intelligence required. It's just a chemical bond.
Oh no. Sorry, 1 second. Those chemical bonds have properties to make that.
Yeah.
It's a pattern. If there is pattern, then there's someone who designed it.
No.
Yes. Can you tell me how you get a pattern?
You question the designer.
No.
While you're not proving the designer itself.
I am.
Asking for the proof,
I am.
the proof of the
I'm
designer.
saying those things that you're talking about have the innate properties to give it that shape. You're saying it came from nothingness. I'm
No, I'm
saying,
not saying it came from
okay, where did it come
No,
from?
no.
Okay, where did the properties to make the snowflake that shape come from?
Physics.
Really?
What?
Really?
Atomic structure of the...
One second.
atomic structure physically is
One
wrong.
second. Are you telling me blind processes gave rise to this?
What do you mean by blind processes?
For example, are you telling me that the snowflake to the DNA, to the atoms, which have information, all of them have information, you're telling me this just comes from physics? What do you mean by physics? What does that mean?
Physics is an explanation.
No, physics tells you how it works, not why it works the way it
That's
works.
why I'm
Thank
saying
you.
it's an
So you're
explanation.
talking about how it works. I'm asking you why it works like that.
Why is begging the question? You demand
No,
the
why?
reason
So
behind it.
where did it come from? I'm asking a simple question. What gave it these intelligence, information to the DNA, to the snowflake, to you, to the atom? There is information. Where does this information come from? It requires intelligence.
The honest answer, we don't know. You claim the knowledge while you're not providing any
Very
objective
simple.
evidence.
To me, it's very simple. If there is information, there has to be intelligence. And if there is
No, not
intelligence, of course it
necessarily.
does. Give me a contrary argument to something that there is information but has no intelligence.
I gave you the snowflake.
No. The snowflake has information. You're saying it's the science of the gaps. We don't know what it is. We're not going to say it's not God. So what I'm saying is, where does this information come from? Did it come from nothing or somewhere?
Come from natural processes of physics.
Natural processes
nature.
are blind processes. So
It could be
blind.
You can call it blind. You can
No,
call
no,
it
you can't.
random.
No, you can't because
You can
it's
call it sutfa.
No, you can't.
The Muslims, they love sutfa, which
No,
is
no, no.
coincidence. There is no coincidence in science,
no,
by the way.
exactly. So you're a determinist. So, yes.
You can call me whatever.
No problem. If
Whatever.
you say, I agree with you. In science, there is no chances.
So far, there is no objective evidence for God.
We'll let people decide. So you believe
You
in
haven't
science.
given any.
We'll let people decide.
You
You
haven't
believe,
given any.
brother. You believe in science.
You haven't
That
given
science
any.
there is no chance. I've given you many.
You haven't given any.
Brother, you said. I said, where did the information come from? The
Objective
snowflake.
evidence
You said
can be
physics.
measured. It
You
can
said
be measured.
physics.
You haven't given any
Can you
evidence
measure?
that we can measure your God.
Can you measure dark matter?
Yes.
No, you can't.
Oh my goodness.
You see the.
Do you realize you're speaking with a fucking PhD in astrophysics?
Well, you're
We
doing
can
bad.
fucking
You're
measure-
doing bad.
We can
I'm not
fucking
even a
measure
PhD.
dark matter, brother.
You cannot see it. You cannot smell it. You cannot touch it. You cannot hear it. You
We
cannot
can
feel
measure it.
Look, brother, it
Please
doesn't exist.
open Google. Open the
Forget
measurement
Google.
of dark
You're
matter.
PhD, brother. You do PhD.
We measure the gravity
brother,
of it.
brother. Can
The
you
head-
see?
the
Okay.
weight of it.
No, brother. You see the effects of it. You are a person who believes in science. For you're talking about you're like more materialistic in that sense, not in the money sense, yeah.
I am
So,
materialistic, you can say
no,
that.
not like that. Something that you cannot see, touch, feel, hear, or taste, you reject it. I gave you the example of dark matter. You said we see the effects, and I say to you, well, God exists. You don't see him, but you see the effects. You say no.
What is the effect of God?
1 second. You, the universe, our solar system, the gravitational force, all of these things are the impact of that.
Solar system. That's very nice. It's mentioned in your book that God created Earth
but you're not
before the
answering.
sun.
Can you tell me where it says that? Yeah.
اقرأ سورة الأعراف.
Open. Sorry, no, let's go. Sorry. Maybe you got it.
اقرأ سورة فصلت الآية.
Open it. Sorry,
فصلت.
open it. Open
Verse 8
it.
until 12.
Someone open it. It's off topic, but someone open
Yeah,
it.
sure.
Someone open it for me. So open Surah Fussilat, no problem.
سورة فصلت.
Yes. Which ayah?
Verse 8 to 12.
Okay, open 8 to 12. While that's happening, can you see your consciousness? No, we're coming to that. That's
take
separate.
this
No, we're
point
coming to that. I'm not going nowhere. Let's come to that. Can you see your consciousness?
It's a wrong question.
Can you see your
It's
consciousness?
a wrong question. I'm not going to answer a wrong question.
No, you know why you're not going to answer? Because you know there is no. You can't see your consciousness, but you believe it exists.
No, we can
This
see-
is
we
the
can see this
hypocrisy.
effect of
No,
it.
you cannot. Show me the effect.
Have you ever heard of MRI, fMRI?
No, they're just scans. The scans. 8 and 9.
12.
8 and 12. You
8 to
cannot.
12.
You cannot see the consciousness.
We can see.
No, you
we can
cannot.
see the effect of
You
it.
cannot. You cannot. You cannot.
Functional
Show me.
magnetic
Okay.
resonance imaging.
I'm
can
gonna believe-
can show even
No, it
how
cannot.
the memory
No,
is
it's not.
forming
No.
live.
That is not consciousness.
We can see the thoughts.
That
we
is
can
not
see the part
conscious.
of your
No, you cannot
brain
see
where you
thoughts.
are angry,
You cannot
where
see
your
thoughts.
memory,
No,
where you're happy,
you're
where
talking
you're
about the
sad.
functions of the brain of memory. What is
is
responsible to
consciousness.
seeing? No, it's
Collective-
not.
the
No, it's not.
collective
There
of
is
that
a
is
whole
consciousness.
discussion if the consciousness is even connected to the brain. So I'm asking a question. I'm going to believe in your consciousness. 1 second. 1 second, bro. I'm going to believe in consciousness if you can see it, if I can touch it, if I can feel it, if I can taste it, and if I can hear it.
Why-
Because
why
I'm
say
going with
that?
your worldview.
You're pushing it to that.
Can
You're
I
pushing
see?
it to
Can I
that
see
way.
consciousness?
We can see the effects of it.
Okay, show me consciousness. I want to see it. I'm
Go check
doing your
MRI
worldview.
imaging.
Thank you. MRI imaging is just showing you a graph of effects the brain is having. I'm talking about consciousness. Say to me, Ali, here's my consciousness. You can't.
You're asking-
So then don't
you're
say.
proposing
Then
the
you
wrong
shouldn't use your
question.
argument that if I can't see, I don't believe because
You
it shoots you
propose
in the
the wrong
foot.
question and you,
No, no,
you
brother.
make me obligatory to answer.
You
the
know why,
wrong
brother?
question.
Because you're saying I believe in the matter, what I see, but now you believe in dark matter, you can't see. You believe in consciousness,
I can
you
measure
can't
it.
see. You cannot
I
see
can
it.
measure it.
Double standards. This is
No,
why I
it's
say
not
that.
double standards.
It's
Something
not
I
fair,
can
brother.
measure.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
That's
If you're going to use
objective
the criteria should be, brother, not matter. Because the moment you say that, you are shooting yourself in the foot. Why? Because you believe in things you don't see, taste, smell, touch, or hear.
Yeah, even electrons
Thank
you
you.
don't see.
Thank you. But you
But
believe they
everything
exist.
electronic around you.
Can you see
It's
it?
made from
But
electrons.
that's my point. You believe in things you don't see. But I tell you God exists, you say no, I don't believe him.
You know why?
Why?
Because I have the three assumptions.
What's the assumptions?
What's an assumption?
What's these assumptions that you have?
I exist. The universe exists. That's
Is
the
it-
first
How do you know?
assumption.
How do you know it's not the matrix?
It's an assumption.
Okay, good. It's an assumption. Okay, good. You're right. It's an assumption. Okay. Can you prove it? You
It's an
can't.
assumption.
Exactly. I believe that I'm a dinosaur.
You can't.
Yes. And I believe I live in Pluto.
You can't.
Yes.
It's your
And
belief,
I
but
fly
it
on
doesn't mean it's
and I fly on
substantiated
Fridays.
by a truth.
No, I believe it's an assumption.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see people are laughing at me? You know why? Because it is a assumption that is absurd.
Yeah.
Yes, but we know to make the best inference to the explanation to the best inference is that we look at our universe and we see that there's intelligence. If there's intelligence, there has to be an intelligent designer. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
According to your logic, you're gonna go now to special pleading because the intelligent designer it means intelligence. It requires also another intelligent
No, it
designer
doesn't.
designed him.
No, that's infinite regress. The intelligent being has to be necessary.
Yeah. You see, special pleading.
No, it's not special pleading.
Exactly.
It's not, because
Exactly.
if not,
Special pleading fallacy.
then you have
everything has a designer
Yes.
except my
the
God
designer,
has not a
100%.
designer.
You know why? Because if the God had a designer, then we have the fallacy of infinite regress, which is who created that designer that created that designer.
Infinite
you
regress
have
is not fallible, by the way.
It is.
It's not
no,
fallible.
I said it's the fallacy of infinite regress.
No, it's not a fallacy.
Why is it not a fallacy?
In mathematics, it's not a fallacy.
I'm not talking
in
about
mathematics.
In mathematics, there is infinite.
Is logic.
In mathematics, no, it's abstract.
Math is logic.
I know it's logic.
Yeah.
But in mathematics, can you have infinite?
Yes.
Good. But in the real world, can you have infinite?
Yes.
No. No, you cannot.
Yes.
Okay, show me infinite in the real world.
The radiation
No,
of the
they're all
sun.
finite. They're all finite. The sun
The
is finite.
radiation of the
It's
sun.
finite.
What is finite?
It's finite.
Can you count it?
Anything is finite. No.
you count it?
No, it's finite.
It's infinite.
No, it's not.
It's infinite
no, it's
radiation.
not. No, it's not.
What is it not?
No, it's not.
Prove
The
it.
radiation. If the sun is not there, is there radiation from the sun? We're talking about specifically the sun.
We're talking about the radiation that comes from the sun right now.
Okay, if the sun didn't exist,
Now you've given a hypothesis.
thank you. So therefore, the sun requires to exist for us to get radiation, which shows its dependency.
It doesn't matter, but
It
I'm saying
does.
that you said the proof.
Brother, you
proof
said you're a
infinite.
PhD.
Proof
You-
infinite.
Look,
Yeah.
look at what you're saying to me,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Look at what you're saying. You're
Yeah.
saying to me it's
I have
infinite.
a PhD
but-
and you don't know
okay,
that we can measure
okay.
dark matter. Come on, bro.
For my
Check
research, you
check
cannot
fucking
taste.
Google.
You can't. I don't need Google. I've already done my research. The
Yeah,
point I'm saying is
exactly.
this.
That's why
You said the radiation is infinite, but it relies on the sun. It's dependent.
I'm not saying about the independency. We're talking about the infinite.
I'm talking about
We're
dependency.
talking about infinite.
I'm talking about
You
dependency.
see the jumping now
I
from
didn't jump
infinite
nowhere.
to dependency.
No.
And that is something else.
No, I
We're
said
talking about infinite now, right?
infinite doesn't exist in the real world. I
You
said
know the
you
light
demonstrate.
bulb? You know the light bulb? Neon.
Yes.
This actually has infinite radiation.
No. Do you know what infinite is? Something that has no beginning or end.
Oh boy. No, not necessarily.
It doesn't exist in the real world.
Not necessarily. It doesn't have
Okay,
a beginning
okay.
and an
If
end.
if there's infinite,
Between 1 and 2, you can divide those numbers
Brother,
into infinite.
brother,
Between 1 and 2, there is limits.
the
1
moment,
and
the moment,
2, and you can divide
the
between them
moment you
infinitely.
divide, take away, you add to infinite, it's not infinite anymore. If I have infinite amount of biryanis and I eat 2 biryanis, how many biryanis do we have?
You see, if you understand mathematics, you know that there is no subtraction
Mathematics is abstract.
and no plus
Brother,
in
mathematics
infinite.
is abstract. You're talking about a world that is abstract. I'm telling you, in the real world, infinite doesn't exist. And
Really?
you can't prove it. You can't
How
prove
big is the
it.
universe? Where is the limit?
It's humongous. No, it's limited.
It's limited.
Yes, the universe.
The
you know,
universe is limited.
Yes, it's independent as well. Yes.
That is rubbish.
It is rubbish. No
Bro,
problem.
Please.
Let's no problem. Let's go to the
I'm
recycle bin. Let's see if it's rubbish. 1 second. Do you believe
How
the
many
universe is
stars
independent?
are there in the
It's the universe.
How many stars?
Billions.
No,
Billions.
no, you're
How many?
wrong.
How
You're
many?
wrong.
How many?
At the moment, they think it's about 35 trillion.
Thank you. That is dependency. You just gave it a number. How can it be infinite? Oh, it's
an
infinite.
estimate.
Thank
That's
you.
an estimate.
The fact that you can give estimate is dependency.
No.
Are you really PhD?
No.
Brother. Let's suppose it's 500 quadrillion. The moment you give it a number, it is dependent.
an
So how
estimation.
did you say no, sir?
It's an estimation.
You just disagreed with me and you said there are 34 billion. That shows its dependency.
No, actually, 34 trillion.
Trillion, even better. Trillion, the fact that you can give it a number shows its dependency.
Well,
So it's not infinite.
No, that's the only known number they know at the moment.
But that is dependency.
That's the known number they know.
Okay, do you know what's the second law of thermodynamics? Energy cannot be created or destroyed. Yeah?
That's the first law.
First law. Thank you very much. First law, yeah? First law of thermodynamics is energy cannot be created or
Hey,
destroyed.
I am not
Okay.
a PhD, you are, right?
No, this
The
one you
second
did.
law.
No. You know, if you know it, yes. So it's first law, not second law. Okay. Now, the point is this. If energy cannot be created or destroyed, that means that, for example, it doesn't mean that it is infinite. It means
It means
that
it's eternal.
No, it does not mean it's eternal. You know why? Because the fact that we have a limited amount of energy in our universe shows its dependency.
Dependency.
I'll repeat again. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, yeah? For example, we as Muslims, we believe in Jannah. Jannah is eternal, post-eternal. It eternally relies on God for its existence. So energy is the same thing. We say energy cannot be created or destroyed in a closed system, yeah? Therefore, if it's in a closed system, if there's a set amount
No,
and it cannot be created or destroyed, it's dependent. Tell me
Bro.
why I'm wrong.
Yeah, the PhD, let's correct you.
Please
Okay?
correct
It's an
me.
isolated system. Energy cannot be destroyed.
Okay, what do you mean by isolated system?
Okay, physics 101. This is a closed system. It means it can radiate heat to the system around it.
Okay,
And it can also get heat
Yes.
from the system around it.
Okay.
So it can get energy.
yes. So in this closed system, yeah?
An isolated system.
An isolated system.
A system that cannot exchange energy, heat, matter.
Okay, so is our universe an isolated system?
Yes?
Therefore, is it dependent? within our universe, it is dependent.
Habibi Ali.
Yeah.
Really, for real. For real, give me a break.
How long?
Give me a break,
How
man.
long?
No, but really, you're
I'm just looking for
talking.
answers. I'm trying to get answers.
Let's go back to the verses of the Surah.
No, we can go back to the rest, but you're going away from this topic.
No,
Listen,
I'm not going
you
away.
are because it's
dependency.
Infinite doesn't exist in the world.
You can exchange
What's your
energy
name?
and heat. Hassan.
Hassan. Ali, nice meeting you. Yeah? What I'm saying is, brother Hassan, is that infinite doesn't exist in the real world. Yeah. My claim is that I know energy cannot be created or destroyed in an isolated system, but the point is this: because it can, for example, if I set this on fire, this hasn't disappeared. It's just changed form. Exactly. I agree with that, but it's changed form to something, and the cycle will continue. But what I'm saying is, if you go to the source, which is, I believe, the necessary being, I believe Allah created it, gave rise to it. This system that we have, it's not infinite, because we know our universe is either dependent or independent.
I get your point.
That's what I'm saying.
But according to physics,
Yeah.
an isolated system,
Yeah.
if it requires a God, then he must be inside that system.
Why? I just want to know.
Because an isolated system, the name says it by itself, it's an isolated system.
Okay, why does God need to be in the system? I'm just trying to understand. Please teach me. I want to learn.
Because the energy inside the system, so he has to manipulate the energy inside the system.
Okay.
He cannot be outside the system.
Okay, so we believe Allah is outside the creation. So we say when Allah wills it, Allah gives it these properties. For example, we don't know if you get a seed and put it on the floor, it drops on the floor, it might turn into a tree.
Yeah.
We say Allah gave the properties for the earth to exist, for the seed to fall. So it's automatically, instantly willed to God. It all goes back to God Almighty. So we're not saying it's blind processes. So we believe energy is created by Allah. The fact that it cannot be created or destroyed is willed by Allah. It has those properties to do that.
That's contradictory.
Okay, how?
The energy cannot be created. Then how God?
No. Listen to what I'm saying. In an isolated system, yeah?
Yeah.
We're talking about when the universe, I believe the universe is dependent. And I believe it depends on Allah. So therefore, this isolated system of the universe was willed by Allah, and the properties that's happening inside, which cannot be created or destroyed, there's an initial process of creation. From that moment onward, this is what we believe. I'm saying. Okay, good. So we believe that Allah willed it. This isolated system now has its operations within it, which is what? The energy within it cannot be created or destroyed. It is a function. That's all we're saying.
Then it's a matter of faith, brother.
No, it's a matter of if, for example, the universe is either dependent or independent. Do you believe it's dependent or independent?
I believe it's independent.
It's what?
Independent.
Good. Now, Brother Hassan, if you believe it's
Based on
independent,
the energy itself.
no problem.
Yeah.
If you believe it's independent, me and you agree on something. We agree that we require an independent, call it a being, call it whatever you like. You give that title to the universe, I give it to Allah.
I give it to energy.
You give it to energy.
Energy,
So
yeah.
we will say that your God is universe. I will.
Not God.
Why? No, but let me tell you.
Call it God.
But let me tell you why.
I wouldn't worship energy.
No, but let me tell you why. But the fact that you believe it made our universe, you are in a nutshell giving the attributes that belong to Allah to universe. Now,
At least I have evidence.
okay, good. Now I
Physical
say,
evidence.
okay, good. My definition.
Yours, you have faith.
No, I don't have faith. Christians, they have full faith. With me, I have aql as well, with logic. Now, independency.
Leave the Christians. I kick their asses.
Yeah,
Give their
that's
asses to
good.
me.
Together we'll join that. Yeah, okay. So now, Brother Hassan, now, if my definition of independent being is the following: it has to be necessary, self-sufficient, not composed of pieces, and cannot be any other way.
ليس كمثله شيء. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Now, anything that is dependent is something that requires something else for its own existence, is composed of pieces, and it can be any other way. Now, do you accept that energy is a form of, it's a piece? Like it's composed of pieces.
Substance, I would say.
Good, it's substance.
Yeah.
We agree that energy can be any other way. It can change form. Good. I say that is dependent. The fact that it's dependent, I say, what does it depend on? It has to depend on the necessary being. That's my argument. So when you said, I believe energy is, the universe is independent, I'm disproving that by saying if it was independent, it would not be composed of pieces and it could not be any other way. We know our universe can be any other way and it's composed of pieces. Therefore, it is dependent. If it is dependent, what is it dependent on? Which is Allah. That's my argument.
still based on faith.
No, I'll give logical. Okay, no, it's a faith. I didn't say. I've got.
Because
Hassan, I didn't say let's go close
You didn't
eyes.
give anything physical. You didn't give anything physics.
No,
God
Uncle, I
cannot be
did.
measured physically.
Okay, okay.
It's a leap of faith and the mu'min that God created. And I don't mind
Okay,
that. That's
okay.
your faith.
No, I promise you I'm not giving faith. I repeat again. My definition of dependency is the following. Something that depends on something else for its existence. Yeah? Okay, guy, drive 1 second, because I can't hear the brother, yeah? Number one, if it's composed of pieces. Number two, if
No,
it can be any other way.
The first premise
Premise.
is wrong.
Why is it wrong? Is
Because
energy not composed of pieces?
Energy is independent.
No, one
It cannot
second.
be created or destroyed.
No,
so
no,
it's
no,
not dependent on anything.
no. The fact that there is a set amount shows us dependency.
Set amount?
Yes. Trillion, quadrillion, whatever you want to call it. The fact that the energy is in an isolated system, the system is limited. Even though the energy cannot be created or destroyed within the isolated system, it is still limited. So that's why I was
But
saying.
it equals zero.
Sorry?
It equals zero.
What equals zero?
Energy.
What do you mean equals zero?
The whole total amount of energy in the universe is actually close to zero.
Okay, I don't know what
why?
that means.
Because
Why?
there is, it's like positive and negative. So the positive is the energy.
Okay.
And what equalizes it is the gravity. So they equalize each other and become zero.
Okay.
They
So-
annihilate each other, let's say.
Okay, but it has those properties. So what I'm saying is that to me, something that's composed of pieces, something that can be any other way, is dependent. I know the universe is composed of pieces. I know the universe can be any other way. No, but 1 second. That's my argument. If it's composed of pieces and it can be any other way, I say that thing is dependent. You said the universe is independent. I say it cannot be independent because it is composed of pieces. You're a piece, I'm a piece of the universe. Therefore, if I die, it's not the same universe. Of course, it's the universe, but without me, it's not going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be a bit boring. Yeah. So I'm joking. Yeah. So my wife might differ with that. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Come to my janazah, please, with sadaqah jariyah. So it cannot be. It can be any other way. Yeah. So therefore, if the universe is composed of pieces and it can be any other way, it is not independent anymore. It is dependent. What does it depend on? Now that thing that it depends on has to be independent. If it's not, then we have dependency dependent on dependency. Then we can have an infinite regress. That's why we don't do the special pleading. We say that being has to be self-sufficient, necessary, cannot be composed of pieces, and cannot be any other way. That's why it is necessary, and that's where everything stops there.
It's outside the universe.
It's outside the universe. It's created the universe. That's my argument.
Yeah. But still faith.
No, again, you said to me, you said it.
Let me make it clear for you. It's the same faith as some physicists say there is universes outside our universe. It's also faith. It's not based on evidence. They're the same thing.
That's a theory.
It's a hypothesis. I would
hypothesis,
call
okay,
it
yeah.
more than a theory,
Yeah.
to be honest. But yeah, it's the same faith.
But it's
Same
not,
faith.
but I gave argument. I
It's the
didn't give
same.
faith. I didn't say
But
blind. Just
yours-
believe. No, but I didn't say Allah exists. Just believe Him.
No, but yours, you have a Sharia, you have laws.
That's put that to a side. That's religion. But I didn't come to you with faith. I came to you with a logical argument.
No, it's not logical.
I did, but tell me why not? I told you my definitions of dependency and
Because
independency.
you push the energy to be dependent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me why
The
not?
energy is independent. You said it yourself.
No, it's not.
It cannot be
It's-
destroyed nor
no.
created.
But okay, for example, we believe Jannah cannot
And
be created.
creation is something out of nothing. That's literal.
No.
Ijad min adam. That's the literal Islamic.
No.
Islamic
We
definition.
believe that something can come from nothing. In what sense? Allah wills it. You believe without an agent it comes from nothing, which is an impossibility.
I'm not saying it's not coming from nothing.
Okay, good. So, okay, good. If it cannot come from nothing, where did it come from?
It's eternal.
Okay, what's your evidence that it's eternal?
The first law of thermodynamics.
Which is what?
It
Energy?
cannot be created. It cannot be destroyed.
In a
Isolated system.
thank you.
Yeah.
An isolated system, I'm saying, is dependent.
How can an isolated
Very
system be
simple.
dependent?
Very simple. This bottle that I have, inside it, let's say this water
Can
is
somebody
energy.
please open Google and just write isolated system?
Can you guys open? Please, just help him. Just write isolated system.
Just to show him.
Yeah, just write isolated system. Write isolated system. Now, I'm saying, imagine this is the isolated system, yeah? In it is energy that cannot be created or destroyed. It's just going to be here
Yeah.
for forever, argument's sake, yeah? That is dependent because it eternally relies on the necessary being for its existence.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my argument.
Yeah, but
yes,
exactly. So as you see, let's
Yes.
click on this.
Yeah.
So you see, guys, isolated system cannot receive energy, cannot
Yes.
radiate energy,
Yes.
cannot receive heat.
Thank you.
Closed system can exchange only heat, which other words energy.
Yes.
And an open system, your argument would
Yes.
work with an open system.
No, it works with all of them. You know why? Because you said, for example,
going to receive Nobel Prize, brother.
thank you, please send it to my house. Yeah.
Really?
Okay, so in an isolated system, it cannot receive or give.
Yeah.
Good. I have no problem with that. I'm saying it is still limited. The fact that it cannot be created or destroyed, I accept that premise. First law of thermodynamics. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, it can change form. Fully accept. Perfect. What I'm saying is this though, you're claiming this makes it infinite. I say no.
And that's infinite.
Okay.
Eternal.
Eternal. Okay.
Yeah.
I say no. Because the fact that we ask a question, number one, can you prove that it is eternal in the sense of its existence, not inside the isolated system? Because the fact that it's isolated and there's a specific system shows that it is dependent. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about inside, I'm talking about the outside.
You're pushing the dependency without providing any evidence.
No, I am. I'm saying inside it cannot be created or destroyed.
Yeah.
But the system within itself is dependent.
How do you know?
Because it cannot be eternal, it can be infinite. It cannot be.
But you're not providing any
I did.
evidence.
I did. Very simple. Is the
I
isolated
told you, I
system?
don't have the problems
Okay,
of faith.
okay, Brother Hassan.
It's freedom.
Brother Hassan, is it energy composed of pieces?
Yeah.
Can it be any other way? Like
Heat, electric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
anything.
dependent.
Yeah.
It's dependent.
No.
But that's my argument. My definition of dependency is that something composed of pieces and something can be any other way is dependent. Because the opposite of
but
that
that's-
is
you're
the
pushing
opposite.
dependency.
No, I'm not.
You're pushing it without providing
Yes, no,
evidence.
I am. But I'm giving my definitions. Composed of pieces can be any other way. Those two properties are in the closed, isolated system. Therefore, requires the independent being, which is not composed of pieces, the opposite, which cannot be any other way. Therefore, this is my argument.
All right. I accept it. Still based on faith. I accept it. I accept it.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Of course. It's
Forgive me if I got a bit passionate.
No.
Thank
But
you.
please, let's go back to the verses, please.
Yes, now let's go to the verses here.
Yeah.
Surah Fussilat, verse, I'll open my mic.
I can read it.
Where's my phone?
If you want.
Yes. So, Jabi, cut this and do it again because there's another discussion.
All right. All right. So. All right. So here it says قل إنكم تكفرون بالذي خلق الأرض في يومين وتجعلون له أندادا ذلك رب العالمين. So
Why you not Muslim? Look at your recitation. Wallah, I'm the Hafiz of the Quran.
I can read Arabic.
Wallah,
I can read Arabic.
yeah, I can read it. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah. Please,
All right.
yani, this is.
وجعل فيها رواسي من فوقها وبارك فيها وقدر فيها أقواتها في 4 أيام سواء للسائلين. And then it says ثم استوى إلى السماء وهي دخان فقال لها وللأرض ائتيا طوعا أو كرها قال أتينا طائعين. And then so he started with earth, created earth first.
No, can I read it, please?
Yeah, sure. There you go.
Yeah,
There
so
you
where
go.
from? And okay, so I'll read
so
it from it.
you can
Say,
read-
do you indeed disbelieve in the one who created the
Yeah.
earth in 2 days
Yeah.
and attributed his equals? That is the Lord of the worlds.
Yes.
And he placed on the earth firmly set mountains over its surface, and he blessed it and determined there its creatures' sustenance in 4 days without distinction, for his information of those who ask. And then the next verse says, then he directed himself to the heavens while it was smoke and said to it and the earth, come into being willingly or by compulsion. So where does it say the earth was created before the sun?
Yeah. Continue.
I shall continue. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
And he completed them as 7 heavens within 2 days and inspired them each heaven to its command. And we adorned the nearest heaven with lamps as protection. That is the determination of what exalted in might the knowing.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where?
So
Where-
he started
where is
with earth first, and then he
no,
made the stars.
no. There's a misunderstanding. He says Allah says we created the earth and we turned to the heavens. Means the heavens were already created.
No.
Yeah, it does. So he says, Allah says, look, for example, if I came and said, for example, I made the football,
No, here I disagree
and then
with
I
you
turned to the
because you know
football
why?
pitch.
You know why?
The football
Because-
pitch is there before that.
Because the ahadith of the Rasul,
Yeah.
they
Sallam.
they go in concurrence with that. That they say
Uncle
that they
Hassan, you be an amazing Muslim. What's going on? The Quran is good. Rasulullah, what's going on?
All right.
What's going on?
All right.
Mashallah, you got
Because-
beautiful
because I
smile.
studied-
Wallah,
because
smile.
I
So nice
studied-
charity, you get rewarded for it. Tell me what happened. We need to eat. Me and you, let's go eat.
We
Wallah.
can have a talk on YouTube if you want to. We can have
Even
a-
before that, are you?
a friendly talk
Would you
on
do you
YouTube.
define as leaving Islam or you was never believed in faith? Like you never believed? And what's the reason?
I would say my family was a moderate Muslims. They were not
Okay.
like pushing us to pray.
Okay.
They were giving us the freedom
I
to
came,
pray or
I
not.
came to Islam 10 years ago. My family, they hate Islam. So, different journeys. My family very liberal as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what made you, like, obviously you said your family was, so you wouldn't define you as a Muslim from the beginning?
So my mom and dad,
Yeah.
they're Hujjaj. They're really,
Okay.
they made
So
it.
so
They're
so
believers.
so
They're
how
believers.
this beautiful man with his Quran recitation, what happened? Like where is it where you say
Evidence.
Okay, but
Materialistic evidence. That's my problem. Let's
Yes,
say.
I know, but Uncle Hassan.
Like, I don't want.
You're
I don't
younger
want
than me.
Like
Yeah.
my problem, I would say honestly, I don't want to have faith. I want to have a belief
Good.
based on evidence.
But Islam, one thing I love about Islam is it doesn't have blind faith. Allah says in the Quran, yeah, do you not look at the creation of the heavens and the earth? Allah tells you use your aql. Allah doesn't say close your eyes, yallah. One thing I loved about Islam was it tells you use, do you not think, do you not ponder, do you not think, do you not ponder. So we don't have blind faith. Do you not, like Uncle Hassan, yeah? Sorry, I'm calling you Uncle, you're a young man, you look younger than
That's okay.
Mashallah, more
I'm
handsome than me.
43 years
no,
old.
no, don't try, you're 35, don't try, yeah? So the thing is this, that, but would you not say, like, if you look at it, when you observe, that there is, would you say, look personally, do you think there's something else that happened for you to choose this path? Are you sure it's the evidence? Because sometimes I speak to certain
No, I
people.
believe that we are really an accumulation of reactions.
Okay, but where
So
do these
there is
reactions come
actually
from?
Reaction.
True.
The reaction is our environment. Our
Okay,
environment. It can
but-
be
but-
people, it can be country, it can be
Okay,
anything.
but do you not think that, for example, action reaction, it's as if you're giving the attributes that belong to Allah to natural things. For example,
You can say that.
but
You can say that.
this is why I believe,
Yeah.
Brother Hassan, is that the difference between me and you is the following: it's as if we both believe in Allah. It's just you label Allah and give Allah's attributes, which is shirk, to material natural phenomena. I say
You can say that.
okay, I say, my brother Hassan, is that, look, to me, it's like, I look around me, I ponder, I look in within myself. Like, for example, like, alhamdulillah, like, recently my wife gave birth.
Mabruk.
To me,
Congratulations.
to me, when I saw that, I was amazed. How could somebody disbelieve? Like, it's beyond me, the child that's being born, yeah? And, you know, when it suckles on the mother, it has this knowledge of suckling. It has this knowledge that is given. How can I attribute that to a random blind phenomena? It makes perfect sense for me, using my logic, not faith. Faith, but me, I believed in God before I came to Islam. Before I chose any religion, I knew God exists. It was a given. No, there was no doubt. All I wanted to know is which one is the true religion. Then I looked at Christianity and the Bible and the Old Testament and Islam. So to me, the thing that I would say, Brother Hassan, is that these things, I use my logic, I didn't use faith. To believe that God exists is the most basic principle. How could anybody deny that? I'm just
It's
amazed.
not a denial, it's a refusal.
Good, but Shaitan also refused.
No, but denies means you have evidence and you
Yes.
say it doesn't exist. Like, for example, you deny the sun.
Yes.
The sun, we know, we have objective evidence to prove it. And you say you deny the existence of the sun. God is not proven like the sun, so we can deny it. It's an idea, it's a concept, it's a thought. So we can refuse, reject.
No, I
the
don't
thought
believe
or
it's a
the
concept.
idea.
I believe there's actual existence of God. So, for example, I can be an extreme skeptic and even deny that I'm here.
That's up to you.
No, but would it be
It's your
rational?
opinion.
But
It's
would
your
it be
opinion.
rational if I came and said to you, I don't exist here, this is a computer game and somebody's controlling us?
Yeah.
How would you disprove me?
I would know, I would ask you for evidence.
I would say my evidence is I believe this.
You believe? Yeah, then I would say it's a belief based on no evidence.
Okay, good. So I would say,
I can reject it
yes,
on
okay.
that.
But I would say I have strong evidence to believe
What
that you don't
asserted-
exist.
What asserted without evidence can be refused.
That's fine. I just
without
believe I
evidence.
exist, therefore I am. Yeah, okay. So if I use this principle, I can question everything. I say that there is no sun. It
But
seems
that's-
like that to you.
Let's go. You're pushing it to the extreme. Why are you pushing
But
it to
do
the
you not
extreme?
think you're doing the same? I'm going one level beyond.
I'm
But
just asking for one objective evidence for God.
but
That's all.
but I've given you so much from the DNA, from dark
That's not
matter.
objective evidence. You're seeing the tree. You're seeing the galaxies.
Yes.
Any?
But are they not scientific? What
Yeah,
else
but-
do you need?
but-
You know,
but
Allah to come down?
What do you say? What do you say? God made them, but
Yes.
you didn't prove the root. You didn't prove God.
But you didn't prove dark matter. You showed the
We can
effects
measure
of
it. We can measure
You
it.
show
Just
the
like dark
effects.
energy.
Measure in what sense? You see the effects of it.
Yeah.
So you know, for example,
Yeah, the same
if-
thing with electron. We haven't seen the electron.
Good,
But we
good.
can measure it. We
But
can
what
see
I'm
the
saying,
effect
but
of
what
it.
I'm saying is the effects of God is me and you.
Yeah, but that's without proving it.
But that's without proving dark matter. You can't show me.
Again, we can measure it.
No, but you're measuring the effects of it. We are the effects of God. You're telling me the way I'm saying
Yeah,
show
but
me
that's-
dark matter. You're
that's
saying
just-
show me Allah.
Yeah, but you say.
Oh,
Okay, I get your point.
and
I
you-
get your point.
thank you,
I get
that's what
you.
I'm saying.
You're saying that we are the effect of God.
Khalas.
The whole universe,
Yes.
the cosmos, we are the effect
Yes,
of God.
that's what I'm saying.
But you didn't prove God.
You didn't
The-
prove dark matter then. Do you get it? That's my point.
Dark matter is a physical thing. We can
No,
measure.
no, it's
we
not
can
a
measure
physical
its
thing.
effects.
It's not a physical thing. I promise you, I didn't look. As far as I research, unless there's new finding, dark matter is something. It's not tangible. We see the effects and impacts of it. I'm saying the same way you come and say objective proof. Show me Allah, or argue and say. I'm saying we already believe in things without seeing them. Dark matter. Why double standards when it comes to God?
Because it's something we can measure.
But that's not fair.
And us, we cannot.
But we can
because us,
measure-
you can attribute to anything.
I
any
can,
God.
not measure, but by looking at you, yeah, I'm saying this man is a handsome man. So I'm like, Allah, it must be beautiful, you know. Alhamdulillah. No, Allah is the, you know. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I look at you and say, look at this creation, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
subhanallah.
alright.
You married?
But no, I'm not.
You're not married?
No,
I
I'm
mean,
not.
the women have gone blind. Yani, what's going on here? I think everybody's throwing their gaze. So the point is what? I can say, for example, when I look at an art picture, I look at the art and I go, the person who made this must be an amazing person. Just by looking at the picture, I can, number one,
Yeah, but that's false analogy.
why?
Because we have evidence for the painter, we have evidence for the
How?
paint, we
How?
have evidence for the canvas,
How?
we have evidence for everything.
Okay, check this out. Tell me if I'm wrong.
And for God, we don't have the evidence of the painter, the God, the creator.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Who's got a phone? Can I borrow someone's phone? Okay, iPhone. It's an iPhone. You're on the haq. No Samsung, yeah? Battle. Okay. This phone, did you go to the factory to see it made?
I can go.
Have you?
No, I haven't.
Good.
I can go at any second.
Good. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Good.
No.
So let's talk about this second now.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the factory. Did you go to the factory?
No.
Okay, do you believe this is designed?
Yes.
I believe it's designed.
Yeah.
By intuition, in the sense where I can look at certain properties, it's a specific shape. What's this in the back? It looks like a camera. There's some functionality, whatever it may be. You've got some messages, yeah? So I look at this and say, I come to the conclusion that this is designed. I didn't go to the factory. So therefore, I do the same thing when it comes to the universe. Because I didn't go to the factory, which is God Almighty, but you and me believe that there's certain things that are designed without going to the factory, even though you can. But you haven't and you still believe it.
Yeah, but that's an accumulated knowledge because
That's-
we have old mobile phones, we have the phones, we have
but
accumulated
you haven't seen
knowledge,
it.
and then you
No,
realize the designer,
this
the
is
factory.
no. If you woke up in a desert
Yeah.
and you saw this device,
Yeah.
you don't know what it is. You will never say, this is just came from nowhere. You will look at it and say, I can pick it up. So it's able to pick it up. It has corners. What's this? Oh, the light came on. You will look at it and say, well, hold on a second. There's some functionality.
That's based on my knowledge.
No, I said to you, you woke up in the desert.
Like, for
No
example-
prior knowledge.
For example, there is an island
Yeah.
outside India. It's called Sentinel.
Yeah.
Sentinel people.
Yes.
They have been separated from us,
No problem. Yeah.
like from 5,000 to up to 50,000 years ago.
Wow, okay.
Separated from us.
Okay.
So if they find the device, they wouldn't come to that knowledge.
What would they come
of,
to?
Of ours. That
What-
there is a designer, there is a factory.
Would
because
they-
they don't have even the concept of factory,
No
of
problem.
manufacture.
No problem. Would they come to the conclusion that this came from nothing or this was somehow made?
I don't know. I don't know.
Simple logic. These people who are in the island, even if they, never came across.
They don't have the concept of manufacturing.
No,
Sana'a.
no,
don't
they
that
have to
knowledge.
because for survival they have certain things that they use. So they know from trees and other things that they make their boats or whatever. They know that these functions are in place for them to make certain things for survival. When they come across something that's shaped in that way, they will have to come to the conclusion. Just the way I make my bamboo stick or whatever it may be, I make it a certain way, sharpen it so I can hit my prey. They know that. So therefore they would use that to come to the conclusion, not it's an iPhone. They won't know it's an iPhone. They
Maybe.
want it's a phone.
Maybe.
But now,
Maybe not.
now that is the same thing. Allah in the Quran says, yes, that indeed in the creation of the heavens and the earth and in the alternation of the night and day, there are signs for those who have intellect. So I would say, if you're free, I would love to go pay for food. I would like to sit down.
No, it's okay.
Hey, please.
It's okay. But we can talk on YouTube. We can talk on YouTube.
No, but
if you
listen,
like.
can you take my number?
What?
Like my telephone number so we can meet outside Speaker's Corner.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We can meet on YouTube if you want.
But how are we going to communicate?
I can give you my email.
Okay, email. Telephone number no better? WhatsApp? If I give you my
I
number.
don't use phone. I don't use phone.
Okay.
But you can give me your email if you want to.
Okay, let me give you my email.
Let's go on messages and save it. On messages.
Thank you guys. It was a very pleasant discussion with our brother
So
Hassan.
your email is Ali.
If you come to Islam, you get 4 wives. Please, there's a motivation. Hold on.
So Ali.
Let me do it off camera. So, no, Ali.
Okay.
Sorry, can I just type it?
Yeah, sure.
So there's no. Otherwise, you know, these people they try to.
Shall I make it brighter for you? Just a second.
Yeah, please.
There you
Oh,
go.
thank you. Shop is okay?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, now it's bright. Bright enough.
At hotmail.com.
All right.
Thank you, Uncle Hassan. It was a pleasure.
Definitely.
It was nice learning from you as well.
Hold on. I think No, can you write again, please?
Yeah, sure. Take it, guys.